Hi everyone, welcome to the Expansionary K-pop. This segment consists of two parts, analysis of the lyrics and expansion of it. I named it Expansionary because I want to expand the K-pop songs by relating it to another song, books, literature, movies, ideas, and issues, so that you can relish K-pop songs much more deeply and broadly. I hope this segment will be helpful to that experience. For the second episode, the song we're going to analyze is Taemin's Criminal. Taemin is the youngest member of SHINee, which is known for the group that did Subsidies due to their perfect live performances. Taemin have expanded his career through a series of solo albums, and The Criminal is the title from the third album, Never Gonna Dance Again, Act 1. Now, let's get to the lyrics. I feels ambivalent passion toward the criminal. He desires to escape from the criminal, but he also desires to be entangled with the criminal physically and psychologically. Then the reprise goes, the speaker I is perfectly seduced. I is willing to fall prey to his master, the criminal. The syndrome here refers to Stockholm Syndrome. According to the Cambridge Dictionary, it means the situation when a person who has been taken prisoner starts to like or trust the person or people who have taken them. This term is named after the capital city of Sweden, Stockholm. According to Wikipedia, in 1973, there was a bank robbery in Stockholm, and after being released, the hostages defended their captors. Since then, the seemingly weird psychological alliance with the captors during captivity is termed as Stockholm Syndrome. And the victim here clearly shows Stockholm Syndrome because he already has strong emotional bond and undeniable attraction to the captor, the criminal. But when you watch the music video, the hostage I is both victim and perpetrator at the same time. So, I is the one who seduced and is seduced by himself. These can be interpreted as our competing selves. From the perspective of id, ego, and superego, these competing selves can be 1. Id versus ego. 2. Ego versus superego, because ego is the decision maker that has to take the side. So, id and superego are destined to be antagonistic and to vie for the dominance over ego. In the music video, it seems that id, which symbolizes disorder and rawness, preponderates over the ego, and we cannot see a bit of superego there. So, the hostage, ego, seems taken away from superego by id. At first, ego must have felt anxious and nauseous, as it should be, because it is ego that should take control. It is ego that is the decision maker and that gives order. So ego, the victim, should overthrow id, the criminal, and regain the power. But in the deep, ego actually craves for the id's, the criminal's triumph. It wants to be subject to the criminal, and further wants to get hurt and savaged, because it secretly admires the id's power and audacity. Maybe ego was not forcibly taken away from superego. Maybe it actually wanted to run away from superego. So ego becomes fascinated by what it shows, even though it is in hostage and it might face death. This dissonance and ambivalence is manifested in the following line, which means sabotage me. At first I heard this line, I thought it was so brilliant, because this line explains the complex dissonance in a very compressed way. In this line, brilliant pun is intended. Because in Korean, 도망쳐줘 and 도망쳐줘 sound very similar, but have totally different meaning. So when you listen to this line, it can sound like both 도망쳐줘 and 도망쳐줘. Sabotage me is from ego, being fascinated with it. Please run away is from ego, trying to be on the right track. So, on the one hand, ego abhors and is scared of the dark motive and resultant danger of it. On the other hand, ego admires the primordial power and rawness of it. In this song, ego, the victim, wishes id would overwhelm and dominate it, so that ego can never think of overthrowing id and reassuming such a demanding role of decision maker. Here, the victim is happy to fall for the seducer, the criminal. There are many literary references to this ambivalent and self-destructive dynamics, and we're going to explore that in the part 2. I hope you enjoyed this segment. This is Expansionary K-pop, and K-pop never gets boring.